Who's ready to go to the arcade? Because we're going to be playing Gradius. That's right, Konami's shooter from arcades, which has nothing to do with card games, is actually an archetype and a card within Yu-Gi-Oh! Last week we already covered the Bacterian Empire ships, which are also from this game, but they're the antagonists. They're an archetype that got a bunch of new support cards that is honestly pretty solid, but we are going to be making the Victory Viper deck meta as well. Now, before we get into the deck breakdown, if you guys enjoy this content where I take these decks and try and make them as strong, as meta, and as optimized as possible, then let me know, again, by liking, subscribing, as well as commenting down below what decks you want to see me tackle in the future. And if you guys hype, it's a new feature on YouTube, available in the US, it does go a long way to help my channel out as well. But okay, let's talk about the Gradius deck. So, the Gradius deck is kind of similar to BES in that it has a core thematic around spaceships. But instead of these bigger monsters, they're all level 4 light monsters. They have a little more in common with each other. They are still machines, and they often involve battle phase tactics. I remember growing up Blue Tea Thunder, alongside cards like Forbidden Lance or Shrink or Rush Recklessly, you could build a decent-ish stun control deck. So our deck here is going to be rather slim. We're going to be focusing around 3 central cards. First of which is Victory Viper Type L, which shoots in and sends L's to the opponent. Its effect is as follows. At the start of your battle phase, you can use one of these effects. Special machine from your hand, never doing that. And then the other effect is send level 4 lower light machine from deck to the grave. Now you can send like Cyber Dragon Hers or whatever, but you're going to be sending another one of your Gradius type monsters here instead. And lastly, if it is destroyed, it doesn't matter how or from where, you can target a light machine in your graveyard and bring it back, and if its original stats were the 1200 light machine, double it, or give it an extra 1200 rather. So it can revive itself, which means that you can crash it, bring it back, goes to 24, and then with the buff of the next card, it'll go up to 36. And that is our next Victory Viper, Victory Viper T301. So when attack is declared involving your face-up monster and an opponent's monster, it can summon itself from the hand or the graveyard. This effect is once per turn. But as long as you face someone in the field, all of your light machines other than itself gain 1200 attack points. So the idea is here is simple, right? It's a light machine, you send from deck to grave off of type L Victory Viper. This Victory Viper comes back, and then it goes up to 24, and if you crash, it goes up to 36. So you get a big beater here, as well as you get 2 level 4s that you can make XYZs with, as well as it puts the Victory Viper back in the grave to then summon back on another attack. Importantly as well, is that it doesn't need to battle between light machines. So say you make like a Gigant X with your Victory Viper and detach it, and your opponent attacks it, you can revive the Victory Viper from grave and its field presence, giving you more in play for next turn, which can make your Victory Vipers even stronger. So these are the only 2 Victory Viper cards, the greatest cards even play, because they are searchable, as well as the deck doesn't combo together monsters and multiples the same way the BS deck does. It's more so, it's a battle phase deck, where you want a lot of spells and traps to assist one main shooter or monster that is going to be your castle. You protect it, you do a lot with it, and that's your game plan. And it's not like you're not building a fleet either. You build your armada through your Victory Vipers, reviving, sending more, reviving again, and eventually you will have an entire squadron of Victory Vipers leading the assault to give your opponent their L's. The final card in this deck is a card we featured in the last video. It's the thing that ties together the BES and the Gradius archetype together, and that is Boss on Parade. So this card is a little weird. When it's activated, you have to add a BS monster from next to your hand. So that means we do have to play one BS card, and we're playing one that requires no other BS in order to function, but it is essentially a brick, even if it's not entirely dead when we draw it. Then the important thing is, during your main phase, you can destroy a monster in your hand or your field. This will trigger Victory Viper Type L. To then special summon a light machine from your deck with 1200 attack and 1000 or less defense from your deck. It's going to be either Victory Viper monsters, or if you want the other cards in the archetype that, you know, I'm not playing. And this last effect does not matter because it is for Boss Rush, which is the other archetype here. So yeah, this is the other card that ties all together and essentially acts as emergency teleport for your Victory Viper Type L. Because it's a once per turn continuous effect, you can keep using it turn after turn, as well as when you're popping a Victory Viper Type L you already have, it lets you spam the field to an even higher degree. And that's it. It's basically a control beatdown deck with these Victory Viper Type L's, T3s, and just strong spells and traps to ensure they get to attack. It's a simple formula, but it's one that works decently well. So with that said, it's time to duel. Okay, I have lost the roll. Hand here looking decent as far as disruption goes, but not as much as far as engine goes. I guess I'm happy I lost the roll with this hand. Okay, Dragon Maids. If I don't imprint this, this immediately sets up a Lady Dragon Mage, so I want to stop this. This deck is not the best into disruption, so my hand here actually might serve me pretty decently. We'll see how they can extend. Thinking from this position, I'm not sure what that means. Might mean thinking about crossouts, I guess, as they'll get the effect in standby phase still. Damn, it is crossout. All right, the one crossout is rather rough for me. Okay, the fact he was thinking about it might mean his hand is fragile and he's debating if he wants to hold it for something else, or may have like one other shit extender. And he's debating if that's worth it, but okay. So Imperm. Now he sends from deck to grave, or sends from hand to deck and then discards one, right? So if he has Tin Kek already in his hand, no, you're okay. Tin Kek is there. All right, so discard Tin Kek. Now I have the option to use Song's the Dominator on the lady or not. I probably do. I could have had Super Poly targets in for the Dragon Maid deck. I could have played Show, but I did not. I decided Felly Readers would be enough. It might still be enough. It is a very good card. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna throw down these Songs the Dominator. So because I have a trap in my grave, this will let me search from deck to hand. I just can't use monster effects in the hand or graveyard for the next turn, which is cool. People don't realize that you can Ash this card because it has an effect to search, but in Master Duel they will be given the prompt if they have it. So we know that there's no Ash in my opponent's hand. I guess I have a Purge to boot, and because I have the traps in grave, this Purge is already live. Interesting. So going for another fusion here, or maybe going Erratic Seal. I'm not sure. Otherwise, they're not going to add the Purge. Doesn't matter anyways. Maybe Erratic Seal. I almost feel like I don't know why they want to do that. Might fuse for Light and Darkness Dragon, which my Poly is worse against, but I don't like that as a play for them. Going for Show, but if they're going for Show, oh, but they're gonna revive Lady in the standby. Is that their game plan? Interesting. I think I'll want to when he summons back, like immediately Super Poly the Lady before it gets to fuse. I keep these banished then, and then I get to start ripping apart the graveyard a little bit better. I think it's probably the Dragon Maid Tiding face down. Morgana is a fantastic draw. I think a draw put is what I'm going to give up right now because it's the least important card in my hand. These will both serve as good forms of follow-up, or I mean disruption for his follow-up. Purge is a fantastic card, even though he knows it's there probably. So I'm not going to get this. You can revive the Lady, and then before this gets the chance to activate. Oh no, it gets to trigger the other effect. Coming from deck. Right, and I forgot to consider that. May have to purge it. Let's see what he does first. Parlor. Sending from deck to grave. Okay. Send Tiding. Which means I will be able to revive. I will Super Poly here. And let's send the drop put away. So I can't really go to the battle phase. I was reviving immediately. I guess I could have foreseen this coming out. This is actually a problem. There's the fusion summon now again still. Yeah. Using away both. For Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. This seems wrong. So once per chain, if a spell trap monster effects activated, lose 1,000 and I get the activation. But this doesn't feel great. Alright, let's go Morgana. Use the effect. And then when he tries to negate, I can Philly Regis banish it, right? And then it doesn't negate it. I'm going to lose the Philly Regis in grave, or Philly Regis in play, because I have to bounce a dragon. Chaining Imperm. Okay, sure. There's no lovely dragon in the grave. Oh, there is. There's only Dragon Maid, so more than lovely Dragon Maid. If I kill this, what happens? Destroyed by an opponent's card, to a dragon in your grave and special summon it. If it's destroyed. So if I go battle phase, attack. I make Typhon. So I think what I do is I make Typhon, and I can do something cool. I'm going to Typhon. I'm going to bounce my own Morgana back to my hand for follow-up. Oh no, actually I can't, because this will be too big. This will negate it, right? Okay, that doesn't matter though. The main thing is here, this will negate his own stuff. This will die. It sucks that I can't protect it. But when this eventually does kill itself, it can't float because of the Typhon Floodgate effect. And he can't really do much in his turn because this will negate his own cards too, if I recall. And then I'll use my traps when the time is right. So, I'll play slow here. I think this is a fine approach though. If I could have bounced the Morgana back, then that'd be better, but the best of what you got. This Morgana card would have been really good for the Pumpkin deck. Getting Time Tank Morganite is really good for these slow control decks that I've been building lately on the channel. Turn into attack, okay. And kill Morgana, sure. Yeah. Okay. And if he just passes back, then it's fine. Obviously, we can't do anything until we kill this anyways. We could keep him stuck on his own card for some time, or we could apply pressure and kill it immediately. I'm not sure what the best course of action is. It might be to just attack it. Because if I don't just attack it, then he can still link it off like almost anytime he wants for Hermetic Seal, which is still a pretty decent threat. So I might just kill it when I have a chance. Nope, he's going for his own Typhon. Okay. Do I want to stop his Typhon? Okay. I never want to stop the summon. It's always the effect I want to stop because I don't want to show that I have Strike. Which is why I toggled off there for the moment. I want to stop this. This feels pretty bad to stop here, but the clock is aggressive if I don't stop it now. This last card's Purge. I think I want to stop it. I have the upside of like a lot of his cards being way worse, given that I have this Typhon here, any big dragons, which there aren't a ton, but yeah. Psalm Strike again. That's fine. It means the Typhon will do a lot of the heavy lifting here. But 3 turns of Typhon is lethal. So that's what we go for. That's why I was scared, right? Because I knew there's a good chance I don't draw monsters, and I just died of the Typhon. Now my opponent's pressed for the same thing. They all have hand traps they can set that I won't because Mac doesn't play any. So he gets the revive and dump. You can revive this and then dump Parlor. Not Parlor, Lore Par. Wait, he didn't dump off Hospitality. Is Lore Par already in his hand? So I should probably just strike this now then. So he doesn't get another Tidying. Tidying's like the biggest card that scares me. So yeah, I think so. Okay. Now where does this leave us? Set a monster. Yeah, predictable. I mean, if I want to go for game, I can just bounce it, which I probably will do if I draw the right cards. Boss on Parade is the card that lets me apply pressure. I don't know if I care about this though, damage-wise. Alright, so add deck to hand. Alright, no toggle there. Obviously what we add doesn't matter. We only have the one target, the best blaster cannon. And now we special summon. Destroy our best. Special from deck. And we want out our Royal Rare Vic Viper. Type, hand him an L. Alright, start of the battle phase effect to send from deck to graveyard a level 4 lower light machine. So we'll send our Vic Viper, which will give a nice attack boost. Can attack, then use our Vic Viper to revive. And here we go. Blaster! Pew 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 pew! It's a draw. Okay. It's not closing out lethal here, which would have been nice for sure. And I could have... I feel like this is safer. I guess you could always read there's a Lorpar in his hand, and that's like what we should be playing around, but I don't know. And here I'm just going to play for follow-up, I think, on the back of Purge being enough. I'll get a monster to play it, but you know what I mean. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I'm hoping you know what I mean. Alright, so we'll detach the Vic Viper that floats. And we'll add our Type L from deck to hand. Another one, I guess from grave, I guess. Deck's better, even though it's not royal. Now, do I want to make SP to banish the Parlor or the Show and Grave? Okay. And that's SP, and we'll banish from Grave the Show. Alright. I haven't normal summoned yet. I'll normal summon this, that way I can block my life points if I have to banish SP because my life points are a little low. I think that's fine. And if it dies, it floats, right? They have to get rid of it with non-destruction methods. And if they attack it, then I'll be able to revive the Vic Vipers, and it'll be big, so it's okay. It is lore power, I was right, which I guess makes this SP worse. Final card, Chamber, and thankfully we can beat that. From turn 1, we've had this waiting. Dominus, Purge. And with that, they should be in the coffin. Obviously, we have way more damage than we need next turn. Ugh. They should have nothing left. Unless I am misremembering what a card does. Okay. And I may as well boss on parade. Pop summon another Vic Viper from the deck. Get my guys nice and big. Battle phase. Effects to send from deck to grave. Let's amass the fleet. Attack. And oh, I can't revive because there's no monsters there. Right. Whatever. You get the point. Pew pew pew. Okay, we have won the roll and opened up a pretty solid hand. Really wish I played more rank 4s with this hand because there's so much engine. But it's okay. What I can do is I can develop my field quite a lot. And then from there... Sure, that doesn't matter at all. From there, I'll just try and protect my field with the 2 traps. And we'll go from there. Let's pop special from the deck. Pop Vic Viper. And we'll special summon... I guess may as well get all the T3 zeros out of the deck. And this will float back to summon itself out. We'll float back. Toggle here. Am I getting belled? Yep. I'm playing versus an opponent who does not know how to read. That's okay though. I will make swift work of them here, and I'll show why you cannot just dismiss everything your opponent does in Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't just follow the glowing red buttons. Yeah, let's normal summon here, and we'll get another Vic Viper. So with next turn, we should get access to every single Vic Viper card from our deck. And we should be able to swarm the field pretty massively. This actually should probably be in the EMZ, because I don't think it needs to be up here. Let's attach. And they're out! Yeah, I think they'll realize their mistakes pretty quickly. I'm going to include this in the video anyways, because hopefully you can see the setup we're going for here. Where next turn we can go boss on parade, pop our type L, special type L from deck, revive type L, and then if GGX lives, we can search again. If our board doesn't live, it's not even the end of the world. But the point is, we're going to amass this amount of damage that's like 20,000 maybe. Maybe not that high, but it's pretty high. Traps and attack points. Bare bones Yu-Gi-Oh! At its finest. Alright, we've lost the roll versus Crazy Killer. I'm not gonna lie, I read that name in my head. I thought it said Crackzilla. Millennium. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Royal Ankh. I haven't seen that before. And, not great, truthfully. And this matchup's hard if I don't draw Droplet. He's gonna have a negate as well as the field pop. Look at Royal Exodia. Damn, this guy loves Millennium cards. Yeah, but I'm in a bit of a weird spot right now. I don't know how I'm supposed to handle this per se, unless I can super poly this away, but I don't have a way at the moment. Clock Knight is not a dark. I have no fusion to make just with this and this. So what do I do? Now obviously you can fire rage nuke my field, but let's go end phase. So anybody have an answer? Vic Viper type L. Give me some insulation from I don't know, from the blow up. Like it's not much. Play Max C. I mean, I just pass, right? And hope I don't die. Hope he has no other engine in hand, because this keeps me alive. I can play under the Max C to get me into SP, and then I can poly it away, but he may just nuke the field, and it requires giving him like 2 draws minimum. I mean, at the very least I go battle phase and I dump a Vic Viper, right? Like, no reason not to do that. Alright, send level 4 connect to the grave. Yeah. Send Vic Viper T301. Okay, I mean that's fine. I already have 2 in my hand. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna set cards into the Fires of Rage, so I pass, I guess. I'm not gonna attack this. So it'll take 1,000, so it's not gonna be 8,000 directly. He's gonna nuke. Okay, so I do have to float back, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, float back. Now I'll summon in defense. Because there's no freaking way I'm attacking over a 7,000 tech monster. No, don't be called by the grave. I mean, nothing could have done about that. Well, now I have to hope that I don't die, because it'll be 7,000, but I'm actually dead if he just searches the head of Yugioh off of Fires of Rage. It's ballsy play from them, but he could. Or if he sets Obliterate, it should also be game. No, okay, I'm not playing Obliterate. So I'll take 1,000 damage, so it goes down to 7. Maybe I should have summoned this, but like it just dies. Like it dies for free. I don't know. Yep. Let's search the Yugioh piece. Damn, I didn't have call by, and actually would have been fine there. Never mind. I got my ass kicked, and yo, what the hell is this deck? This guy's like me with tier, full royal, freaking Millennium cards. All right, well, I didn't get to show much of my deck, but I'll let this guy show his deck on my channel. So only one royal, that's okay. Well, I got cooked. At least you guys could see though, if I didn't get caught by there, I actually lived this pretty convincingly, because the float effects of the Vic Viper is pretty important. Because it'll come back on my turn as well, and then I can send and summon Vic Vipers in hand to keep myself alive, and then hopefully I can stay alive long enough to get off poly and stabilize this position. But maxi Ash call by onk. Some games you just can't win, and this was one of them. Okay, we have lost the role to Flare L'Oreal. Hand here, 60 card deck. Interesting. Okay. Was it Paleo? I'll be Paleo. Let's say, because I don't want to purge when I have Morgana in hand. It's like the one confliction with the darks kind of exists. If I have to do it, I have to do it, but this lets me play, which is nice. Ooh, Vic Viper. Which one I want to? Oh, I mean, for sure it's Morgana. Actually, I could not give two shits about. Okay. So we'll find out quickly what deck they're playing. Morgana here will be a nice threat. Grab resolves. Let's go. Grab Time Tearing Morganite, which apparently is enough to scare away a Paleo player. I'm very curious. Let's take a look if they are playing Paleo, because sometimes it really is that easy. Morganite is such a huge swing playing versus slow deck. It pretty much guarantees that any slow deck I play against, I will win. And no, they were playing Branded. Okay, so they were just playing Brickfest, which I guess is deserved. Nice. Okay, I've lost the role to Soul Kafka. I wonder if they're feeling Kafka-esque. I'm sorry. And they're starting off with a set 2 pass. Wow, another bad hand for opponents. Our hand, again, looks like the exact same hand we had against the Dragon Maid player. But that was a freaking phenomenal draw. So hopefully we can turn this into some power real quick. Make constant flow of damage and follow-up. Looks like it's all resolving. Pop special from deck. Destroy. Summon from deck are Vic Viper type. Here's your L. Dun, 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 dun. It's incredible how some of your hands can, in such a small sample size, look so similar to each other. Truly remarkable. And start a battle phase. Send from deck to grave. Yes, let's send our Victory Viper. T301. Alright, nice and simple attack. Nothing flashy here, just some good all slow games. Obviously I can't revive here because I have to attack a monster, which is super sad, but it still will matter for if he tries to engage in combat on our turn. Now, in terms of what I want to do here, I'm going to keep this in hand. Set the other 4, I think, unless I don't set the droplet. You know what, I like that better. I'm not going to set the droplet. I can use it on the backswing if I need to, or I can discard it and it's fine. I don't want to lock myself into graveyard effects with songs, and I don't want to have the purge just stuck in my hand either. So you know what, I like this play. This is good. And then obviously if he doesn't do anything next turn, this will pop its special neck again. This will float back, give the attack buff, and we'll have damage ramp up pretty well. So it looks rather meager, but we are in no... Dragon Maid... It's not the same person, is it? That's insane if it is. I can call by this if I want to. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Yeah, because getting us out of the grave is nice before he gets a tiding setup. And it stops us from tagging out as well. Okay. What else you got for me, Soul Kafka? And phase. Okay, so his back row must be some number of tidyings, I think. Draw Extravagance. That's a good draw. Let's start off with that. I think that's my professional opinion. Banish 6. We banished Gilded Regis, both Garuras. Okay, so the Super Poly is way worse now. In this matchup, Jesus, it's almost just dead. Looks like I'm sending it for Droplet. Morgana is a fantastic draw. I'll try Beta Interruptions out first for this. So let's pop till it drops. All right, let's destroy the Vic Viper and special from deck. The Vic Viper probably, yeah. It could have been the other one. I'm not sure. It could have been the other Vic Viper. I keep saying Vic Viper as if it's anything meaningful to you guys. I mean the freaking same thing. But anyways, yes, it'll be 24 beat stick here. Let's turn on Morgana, which can search our Morganite out, and will give us even more follow-up in the eventual grind game. Effect Veiler. So I can dodge this here. I can dodge with Super Poly. Then I don't get to revive with the Vic Viper if I do that. But then if he has Tiding face down, I get stuck there. You know what? I'm going to do that because I think it's the only use Super Poly is going to get. I'm going to throw away the Imperm. That way Songs of the Dominator's live immediately and purges the pop for sure. I think the Droplet is probably more valuable than the Imperm anyways. I'll make the Mud Dragon. Turns off the Tidying. And this isn't going to be game, but this is pretty damn impactful. And they decided that was enough. That Soul Kafka is out of there. All right, it looks like once again able to completely destroy Dragon Maid. Maybe Dragon Maid's not as good as it looks. Although I did mean on making a Let's Make a meta around it in the near future. Let me know if you guys want me to do that, because clearly you can use some help. All right, I've won the roll against Hekakachi here, and her hand looks solid. Vic Viper to kind of control the game a little bit, keep us alive with some engine. I'm taking Morganite for some future draws. Okay, we have a toggle there, I think. And then we got some traps to defend ourselves. Nice and simple. Vic Viper type. Here's your L, baby. My Gradius sleeves, all pretty. Okay. And oh shit, I wish I had some of these cards in my hand. Judgment's very good against this deck, I guess, at least. Ooh, that's not good. Malice on the wall. Shit. It's like my worst matchup. This and Mitsurugi are rough. Do I have to Imperm Dormouse? I think I do, because I know I'm getting access to traps. Yeah, I'm gonna Imperm that. Man, the Purge is not very good against this deck is the problem. Purge is mostly used against Whitebinder Banish, because they're all kind of like hard. Oh, maybe he'll use Jessie Cat actually. That'd actually be best case scenario, because then it dies. Nope. Alright. Lingering Bow. What? Why would you do that now instead of before with the weaker monsters? That's what I don't understand. That would have been better for sure. Interesting. So Judgment here is my by far best card. It absolutely ruins them, and it forces them to have more extenders. So I have to just hope that that's enough to curb his plays. The other thing that Purge is good for is it can stop. Okay, yeah, Judgment will be good here. Purge is okay versus this, but I don't want to give him the ability to summon it back later, because I can stop Mirror's effect to search. So if he goes like Gold Sark or Field Spell, banish Mirror. And they decided their mistake was unworthy. So guys, if you ever have a problem with Malice, that's like one of the best things to do. The counter traps are very good against them, and that's why if you followed along with TCG trends, you saw people citing Judgments and Warnings, because Malice does not have a good way of dealing with counter traps. One of the best edges of the deck is when you make these length 3s and you kill them, they come back so quickly, but if you negate the summons, they can't come back. So it doesn't matter what you play. I literally didn't even get to use my Vic Viper. Judgment, and it's over. They should have played a little safer, I think, and they would have been fine. but I will happily run away with the victory there. All right, guys, that was the Vic Viper deck. Honestly, it did pretty well, although none of the games were super flashy. I feel like it exemplifies what a modern control deck can sort of look like, where it still keeps its identity of a lot of traps, value-based, beatdown control. That's more sort of, I mean, it's a modern beatdown control, which really isn't something you find very often in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And I also had a lot of fun building this and playing this, because when people saw the new BES cards, the Gradius cards, everyone immediately looked at Metal Slave because it's a 5 circular, 5X, and said, this is insane, but not realizing that Boss on Parade and Vic Viper type L are also really cool cards that morph the Gradius theme, which really aren't that connected, at least synergistically, to the BS cards. So I did my best to showcase them off. Now, there are other synergies to look at here. More other Light Machine cards could make this all come together a little better. Maybe, what's it called? Tachyon to search the Vic Viper if you want more access to it. Also search Morgana as well, the same way I searched Witch in the Pumpkin video. Now, I will say that while playing this deck today, I did find that I needed more rank 4s in this deck. So if you want to build this for yourself, I recommend you guys explore around with the ideas a little more and play, you know, maybe Zodiac cards for some pops, maybe 101 Exciton. I felt like that's something this deck excelled at, was making rank 4s, and I made space in my extra deck for Extravagance and Super Poly, but I didn't really allow myself to flourish with this idea of rank 4 synergies. Only making Yugioh X is not special enough. Let me know what you guys think, though. It's a cool deck. But as well, let me know what other decks you want to see in the future and share them down below. Hopefully we can get to them sometime soon. That said, I'll see you next time.